Took this trade in D period. You can see we're bouncing off the high from yesterday, which is that line kind of right in the middle of the screen. It's where the B, C, and D low. And then you also had the value area low there from today. I'm just waiting to see if this will pop up a little bit. I don't want it to go over that C high. And I think we can at least get back down to the right there at enter. Stops above the C. So I'm looking for that area. I want to take my first set of contracts off before I get to that high, just in case it's going to keep rotating here. I want to take at least one set off. That's going to be my 27 ticks. So right in there, I want to take off at least one set. And I'm also thinking if we could get through right here, I'm pointing out that if we could get through that low from the high from yesterday, I think it would take back that entire value area. So right in there, that's my 20 ticks. I figure I'd take one set there. It's pretty much the minimum that I shoot for when I'm taking a trade. It fits kind of in my plan to take a few off before that high from yesterday. This video has been sped up. It was about 20 minutes originally, and you'll see it in about 5 minutes. Right here, we're kind of grinding around. But it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do here. I'm pointing out that there's, kind of two separate nodes there. That upper node that's above the stop that I have and above the C period high. And then that lower node that goes down to yesterday's high. So these are the MES contracts instead of ES contracts. Like I said yesterday, I switched to these because I'm trying to do some different trades and I don't want to have, so much risk. Just here, I'm talking about taking off my first set and still thinking about that, retracing that entire value area if we can get down there. Gets a little stuck on this POC here. You do have the VWAP coming through there. That's a session VWAP. You can see I took off my brackets, so now I can, separate some of these if I want to. I thought I'd take some at that 89, which is 20 ticks. See if I can get a few to go to that 27 ticks. I want to have most of my contracts off, in this move here between where I'm at, between my entry and that high from yesterday. And I wanted to try and hold a couple to see if I could, get through that value area. There we get a nice push down. I'm also watching for it to bounce out of here where this VWAP's at. That's what I'm pointing at right now. If we get a good bounce out of there, it's a good chance they'll go up and try and break that C high. Pretty much don't want to stick around for that. Separate off a few contracts, put one at that 89. Here in a second, I decided to take a few more there instead. Just the way it's grinding around and, hesitating on the way down. Like I said, I'm not used to having so many options with, how many contracts I have and how many I can take off. So still trying to decide how I want to do it. We're working our way down here. I make a mistake at the end of this trade. Takes out my 89, which is 20 ticks right there. It takes out those three. Take three more, so that's six gone. As I'm making adjustments here, it takes out the other two. When this E comes down like this, I expected it to break right there and go a little bit lower. And when it didn't, I brought my stop down, thinking I would protect myself if this snapped back on me. The problem is it comes back right here and takes me out at right at my 20 ticks. I should have been tolerant of that E period, coming back at maybe halfway in that volume node there, maybe just under the POC or something like that. So I think I was being a little bit too greedy with that, with the stops there. It did eventually come down and retrace that entire value area. So that was kind of a mistake on my part.